Hello everyone, I'm Emilio, and in today's video this is going to be the second part of my challenge run for Dark Souls 3. Can you beat Dark Souls 3 with only Scythes? If you haven't watched the first part, I'll leave it down in the description, but without further ado, let's continue. Don't remember what happens here. Something used to happen, I think. Oh yeah, that's what's in the puppy. The puppy is what used to happen in here. We fight the puppy. It's not a hard fight, and we got a and we got the Pontiff right eye, which is an item that we'll be using in the future. By the way, that's kind of, I know Dark Souls is the dark fantasy, but I mean, we're basically wearing a ring with someone's eyes in there. That's kind of gross, man. Either way, we get the checkpoint, we run past all the enemies, literally. This is the pro Dark Souls tactic, just run past all the enemies until we go to the church.
Dustin powder don't increase.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
I got a checkpoint. I keep running past all the enemies. Get a green blossom from there. Get another checkpoint that's near the dungeon. I found one of the most disgusting creatures in the whole Dark Souls 3. I mean, look at that. What is this? It's like a woman mixed with spider and has so many arms and... Bleh. Anyway, we found some guys watching some OnlyFans from back in the day. We run all the way from the enemies. We open a few shortcuts. We go back to the shrine and level up our dexterity in order to do more damage, allowing us to do 252 damage. We buy a few signs from the handmaiden, and finally we go to the boss of the boreal of this valley, Pontiff Sullivan. We put some resign in our weapon, allowing us to do even more damage, and the fight begins. It wasn't very hard. To be honest, is it me or is this one of the easiest fights on the game? The first time I played the game, I actually beat it on the first try, and this was my first Dark Souls game. Not too shabby. We beat him without a problem. Get the bonfire lit, and then we go to the backyard of the castle. I kill a few giants, kill a few of the NPC enemies. After that, we go to the rooftops and we get one of the most important ashes in the game, the Easterner ashes. This should allow us to buy the next tier of Titanite from the handmaidens. And we are finally here in Orlando. My god, how has this place changed? With 2 large Titanite shards, we go back to the Firelink Shrine, buy some from the handmaidens, and upgrade our weapons with Andrew. And with that done, we go back to the final boss of this place, Aldrich, the Devourer of Gods. At the first time you see this boss, this may look complicated, but believe me, it's not that bad. All you have to do is stay behind her tail. If you can, is that her tail? Is that her tail? Is that her body? I mean, either way, we beat her without problems, and we actually use the fire thing in our weapons to do more damage because this boss is actually weak to fire. We beat her, not a problem, and another lord falls. With those two now defeated, it is time to upgrade our weapon. And what weapon are we gonna choose? We're gonna get the Sister Frey's Scythe. In order to get those, we need to go back to a chapel, and we finally met with this interesting fellow. Last time I didn't have him here because I didn't install the DLC, but now that he's here, let's give him a little hand. And that clearly went completely wrong. Either way, let's continue. We run past all the enemies in this icy wasteland until we'll find this bridge. We take the bridge all the way to this building, and here is where we'll find Sister Frey. She tells me something about living in this painted world. I really don't care because I just skip all the dialogue. I do a little bit of skating. Keep running away from all the enemies. Go through the infested village. You try. And then we go to the roof. From there we drop down from the other side and open one of the shortcuts. But now it is time. We have to fight the first mini-boss of this place, Sir Wilhelm. I could fight him normally with the size, or I could do the much smarter thing and pushing off the cliff. And hey, by the way, this is not against the rules because I did not damage him. So since I didn't damage him with the shield, I just giving a little push. It's not against the rules. With the skip, we open the upper floor and we continue to walk until we get a bonfire. We run past all the enemies. We go to the this weird infested place with fly people. I mean, I have to give it to the creators of this game. You know, this is very creative. Very gross too, but creative nonetheless. We open the door to the boss of this place, Sister Fry, and we got Wilhelm's armor set. It's a good looking armor, if I do say so myself. With the materials we found, we're now able to upgrade our scythe. I give the bear in the roof some bombs. I don't know what the bear will do with that, but you know, I don't ask any questions. I just want my large chunk of titanite, and with those 2 chunks of titanite, now we can upgrade our weapon to level 7. Now with the level 7 weapon, we're able to fight Sister Spray. I touch a Gale sign, so that the fight will be way easier. And to be honest, this is one of the hardest fights in the game. But luckily for me, I have I have a lot of practice with this fight when I used to play the game a lot. All you have to do in the first phase is wait for her to attack, then you dodge, and then you attack. Once she teleports away, all you have to do is follow the smoke. And once you follow the smoke, you just follow that with a backstab. And just like that, we beat her. First phase completed. Now we go in the second phase, and this second phase is not that bad because this is where Gale comes in to help us. All we have to do, if Sister Fairy will take care of Gale, while we can take care of the father. All we do is attacking right from behind, and with that done, we easily beat him. Not a problem. Get the Titanite Slap, which should allow us to upgrade our weapon to the last level, and of course there is a third phase. This one is a bit harder, and I almost forgot all her moveset from this phase. But thanks to Gale, he takes all the beating, while I'll take care of doing the damage. Until unfortunately, Gale! No! With some skill and a lot of luck, we managed to defeat Sister Frey in the first try. Whew, I even run out of a Estus flask. So this could have gone very, very wrong. And now with her soul, we can go back to the shrine, give Sister Frey's soul to Jeffrey, and we can make the best weapon, the best thighs in the game. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Frey's great thighs. Why are these so good? Because, well, it does a lot of damage, and 2, it can do frost damage. Frost damage pretty much makes makes you do bonus damage. I killed the lizard that's close to the Firelink Shrine to get the Titanite scale. I'll upgrade the weapon all the way to level 2. With this cool weapon and our newfound drip, we go back to Yggdrasil of the Boreal Valley. Once in there, it is time to go to the dungeon in order to defeat the next lore boss. We go to the dungeon, skip most of the enemies. We keep running until we make it outside. I found a mimic and killed him, and he gave me an Estus shard, an improvement for our Estus flask. I continue in the sewers, and if I remember correctly, these two chests shouldn't be mimics. We open one and we find an old Selkie, nothing interesting. We open the other and holy! Okay, I forgot that was a mimic. Either way, we continue to run away and go all the way to the next bonfire. Once in there, it was time to go after the boss. We go to the boss room, and with our weapon, it should be an easy fight. And oh, we are barely doing any damage to this guy. And well, you see, this is now the second problem of this room. Since we're only using Scythe, that means that we are not allowed to use the Storm Ruler sword that is used to actually beat this boss. Because of that, we'll have to do a detour in order to beat this boss. We go back to the Undead settlement where we are going to find a friend, the Onion Knight. Once in there, we talk to him and then we kill the giant demon from there. Take us with our newfound friend. I close the game so the history can progress. Once I get back into the game, I go back to the Cathedral of the Deep. I go upstairs and talk to our friend again. Sure you're feeling fine, buddy? You sound different. Well, yeah, that was pretty obvious. That wasn't him. That was good old Patches. We go all the way up and talk with Patches again. We buy the Onion Knight armor set and then we fast travel to the chapel. In there, in the well, we found our friend Sigurdsman. We give Sigurd his armor. Once we are back in the game, we travel to the Boreal Valley once more and we found Sigurdsman in there. We drink a little bit. I exit the game once more to continue the quest, and now it's time for us to go back to dungeon. Once in the dungeon, we take this jump from here, and we find our friend again incarcerated. We free him using the old cell key that we found next to the mimic chest, and now we can actually beat the boss. We go back to the boss room, but now we are not alone. The Onion Knight is with us now. All I have to do now is distract the boss while Sigurd does the big damage.
Now that's a lot of damage.
It is not long by the time we beat this boss. And with that done, we did it. We defeated another Lord of Cinder. We take our last toast with our friend.
My thanks. I could have not kept my promise without you. Now, for a final toast. To your valor. Long may the sun shine.
But this is the end of the second part. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. If you want to see more, subscribe. I'm going to be uploading the third and last part very soon. So with all that being said, adios.